Alrighty, this is the last paragraph that we're going to practice together, and this is exactly what you're going to see on your exit ticket. So later, right after this video, when you go to your exit ticket, if you don't know what to do, watch this video again. Alrighty, so here we go. We're going to read the paragraph, and then we are going to underline 2 to 3 important words. After we find our important words just like before, we are going to explain how those words helped us understand the text. Their path to victory was different from many tennis players, and they've endured hardships other players normally don't, but it was obviously the right path for them. As adults, they continue to roll the tennis courts, and they get to share every victory with their best friend, each other. Awesome, we're done reading and we're ready for step 1. We want to underline 2 or 3 important words that help us understand the text better. This paragraph talks about how they endured hardships. I'm gonna go ahead and annotate endured hardships. To endure a hardship means to face a challenge or to go through something that is hard. And we know that the Williams sisters faced racism and faced people doubting them, saying that they had nothing to offer to tennis and that they were ruining the sport. That's hard. It's not nice to hear people say those things about you, but did they give up? No way. So they got through it. They endured the hardships. Those hardships are those challenges, or those hard things that they had to go through. But there's more details in this paragraph that we want to make sure that we remember. They didn't let those hardships get the best of them. They still rule the tennis courts. So I want to make sure I remember that. Rule the tennis courts. I'm going to annotate that next. Rule the tennis courts. Though both of those things tell me why this paragraph is important. They endured hardships and they ruled the tennis courts. So now we're done with step 1 and we're ready for step 2. We need to get ready to explain why those words that we annotated help us understand this paragraph. So we want to come up with just a few words, 5 to 10 words, to explain why. We know that they had faced hardships, but they still ruled at tennis. So we can say something like, they showed courage and, or let's say something like, let's think about how we can talk about they endured hardships. We know that they got through challenges. So we can say, even when it was hard, they showed there we go. I had to think about that in my head. So even when it was hard, they never gave up and were the best. We have one short sentence that tells us that even when it was hard, even when they endured those hardships, they never gave up and they were the best. They ruled the tennis courts. I drew arrows from the sentence to the words that we annotated to show how those words help us understand the text better. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to annotate on Nearpod, and then when you get to your exit ticket, you're going to see the same paragraph. So you're going to think, what words are important in this paragraph? What words did we just annotate? And why are those words important? So we annotated endured hardships and rule the tennis courts. And those words help us understand the text better because even when it was hard, they never gave up and were the best. Make sure you watch the next video to see how to annotate for your exit ticket.